Sonny Vaccaro has a book. It's called Legends and Souls, the memoir of an American original. It's just been released, available online wherever books are sold. Little background here on Sonny. I think I met Sonny in 1983. I covered his basketball camp when it was in New Jersey, and was also part of a TV show at CNN with Sonny. We did a college basketball show, and he was a great resource for me over the years. Whenever I needed something set straight, or there was a rumor about a coaching change, somebody getting hired, fired, I always went to Sonny. And Sonny would always, if he knew something, then he would tell me. He'd set me straight. And we've stayed in touch for, 40 years now. And so I knew the story about when he was getting Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was Mike Jordan at North Carolina and hit the shot that won the national title against Georgetown. Now, Sonny's job, Sonny was trying to grow Nike. Nike was a running shoe company, and Sonny went all in. Bob Knight saw Michael Jordan and said, that guy's going to be the greatest basketball player of all time. And you had Adidas and Converse, who were the big shoe companies at the time. Adidas, big shoe company. And Converse had been established for quite some time prior to that. But Sonny realized that they had a budget, and he was saying use the entire budget on Michael Jordan. So he goes to Phil Knight, the CEO of Nike, and says, put all the money here on that guy. I'm betting on that guy. Well, Sonny's had a lot of different lives in this business. He got fired by Nike. He went to Adidas. He signed Kobe to his first shoe deal. Sonny was, friends with Kobe's dad, Joe, who played in Italy. And then he went to, he was trying to get LeBron. He thought he had LeBron. And there's a great chapter in the book where they're meeting in Malibu, and he thinks he's going to sign LeBron James to his first deal. And Sonny tells LeBron's mother, it's going to be $100 million deal. It's going to be a 10-year, $100 million deal. She starts crying like this is, and then they go into the meeting. Sonny thinks he has $100 million to play with LeBron James. And all of a sudden realizes that Adidas is giving certainly a lot less than that, with some incentives in there. And Sonny even said, go to Nike. I can't help you here. Go get the better deal. And he's also the guy who helped bring about name, image, and likeness for athletes, the Ed O'Bannon case. And Sonny was very integral in years trying to get that case heard against the NCAA so players could get paid. It's been a long, long career, crazy career. Sonny Vaccaro joins us on the program. Sonny, congratulations on the book. Really well done.
Yeah, it's been something I wanted to do all my life and postponed it because my life I was doing something else. And then after O'Bannon, that really gave me the impetus. How much more can I do? And I want to say it. I'm proud of it. I'm not afraid of it, Dan. Not afraid of it at all. Everything we sent in there, I can back up, and with facts and not fiction.
What's the story you saved for the book?
I think the ending of my relationship with Michael is much more powerful than the beginning, because the ending shows we just come back from Europe on a 10-day, travel trip, publicizing Michael. Pam and I were, you saw the pictures and everything. We come home. They asked me to do one more thing for the signing of Michael, the autographs for the NBA and all that with Magic Johnson. That I go in for that meeting. And then 3 days later, after all that last, month of my life with Nike, I get betrayed. I think that had to be told that was never told before. They didn't know, they didn't know that the story was already written for me, even when I went to Europe, even when I did the last most important things that I could have done with Jordan.
Here's where I'm confused, Sonny. Phil Knight, CEO of Nike, comes off really petty in the book. And it feels like Michael Jordan turned his back on what was real, the real story in you signing him. But you do say in the book that Michael said he doesn't have a problem with you, but he still could have spoken up and told the truth. How much does it hurt with what feels like Phil Knight was trying to rewrite history here?
I knew what was going to happen when he stopped his memoir in 1987, when he's still living. That was a long time ago. And he stopped where I got really involved with Michael for all the things you'll read in the book. That hurt. The lies that were perpetrated, by, Michael had no reason to do this, except he had, once I was let go. I mean, Michael and I were closer than I am to anyone in that world, that the world would know, than all the athletes I've been around, including Kobe and whatever. We were actually together for 7 years, traveling the world. When you read the book, the opening things, Michael hurt me because he didn't have to do it. And when you read the chapter where he almost left. So it was that close that I was still involved with Michael. That hurt. Ravling's just a bad human being who was my biggest, hurt in the world, because it was so personal. It was personal. And it turned out, as life continued, I am able to say what I said about him, in a special chapter, because he was deceitful. He didn't hurt Sonny Vaccaro. He hurt the world that he lived in, as far as dealing with athletes and being honest and being portrayed in other situations as being an honest person. Those three guys all had a different hurt. But Michael always had this affinity for, because other than, Levi Knight, obviously, Levi Ravling, Nike was just a part of me and Michael. There were personal things in there. That airplane ride where we played gin for 10 hours. I arranged his birthday party in Las Vegas. I opened up the gates for him in Las Vegas, because he liked to golf and, do whatever else he did. But that was personal. That one's still personal. I don't have the same, feelings for Michael that I do for Ravling and Knight. That's for sure. I still, he did great things. It's a shame that he forgot where he started.
Yeah, George Ravling was best man at your wedding, and a friend for a long time, former college coach, and went to work for Nike after you were let go. So, and you wait till the very end of the book, and even there's some trepidation whether you're even going to write about George Ravling and your relationship. But let me go back to Michael Jordan. We're talking to Sonny Vaccaro. The book is Legends and Souls, the memoir of an American original, available wherever books are sold. What happens to Nike if Michael doesn't sign with Nike?
Game, set, match, over. I honestly believe it. There's no reason to be other than pretend that Nike would have been successful. There was nothing on the agenda that was successful. This was the last roll of the dice, Dan. They were going all in and they didn't know it.
But Adidas, what would Michael have done to Adidas?
I don't think it ever would have happened the way it happened. He still would have been Michael, but he still was with the other guys. He'd have been camouflaged by them. He never would have gotten this opportunity. The signing with Nike and then us promoting him, and then we were the only show for him. Otherwise, all the things from Nike went right to Jordan. It wouldn't have happened at Adidas. They had great players, and so did Converse to defend him in some way. They were stupid now, but they weren't that stupid in 1984. It was a business decision. No one, including Sonny, I just knew he was the only one to bet the money on. The other guys weren't worth it for whatever reason. I go into that. I don't think, and I'll look foolish maybe to your audience, and this isn't a grief. It's just fact. If you look at the books, you'll see that there was no money left. That's all. What the hell are they going to do?
Yeah, I wonder what it would have done to the global shoe industry as well.
Well, that's the best question. I think would have saw, because none of the signings after that by the athletes, getting right, the Seth Curry to where we are today, and all the girls now getting that. it would have taken time because no one was betting on one person. There was no person that crossed over that line, not the financial line, the black, the white line, the media line. We found a hero that was unbelievable. Then the commercials were perfect. I doubt if anybody else, Spike Lee doesn't generate towards Michael Jordan, the other guys, like he would have, that he did Michael Jordan. All these things happened like right in a sequence, like it was a story already written. And that's how it felt. None of these other companies would have done it. I mean, I don't believe.
Did you know that Michael was going to get fined when he wore the black and red shoes, and he was told that he couldn't?
I knew
that was a marketing ploy by Nike.
No, yeah, I knew it as quickly as anyone except Rob and Peter. They've told me everything about it, and I was there when Rob said we'll pay the fines. Yeah, that was a kick him in the ass thing by Rob Strasser. They said, all right, we'll pay the dang thing, the 5,000, whatever it was, and that to him and his personality said, we're not stopping, we're going all in. We did that all in thing a few times that you didn't see in the movie, and whether Rob and Peter were the brains behind this. I was the glue, maybe, whatever.
Did you have the same feeling about LeBron that you did Michael when you first saw him?
No, it was a whole different. I saw LeBron 3 years earlier than Michael. I knew him as a 15-year-old. I watched him when I traveled to San Francisco to see him personally when he invited. I was in his house as a youngster, not as a grown man in his 20s. So no, LeBron and Kobe were totally different in my approach. I knew them. Kobe's going back to his parents, and LeBron going back to the origins. So I knew these two kids were pretty good. And McGrady's the only other one that I had a sense of feeling, because now the kids are 17, 18, and 19, I've got to make a decision. Michael was still 22, and he was an older guy and played in the national championship. So he was a known commodity. These kids weren't.
We're talking to Sonny Vaccaro, the new book, Legends and Souls, available wherever you buy your books. And I want people to understand this. I've known you for a long time, over 40 years. Your best accomplishment is marrying Pam. But after that, you signed Michael, you signed Kobe, you nearly signed LeBron. But then what you did with Ed O'Bannon and taking on the NCAA is really your legacy and should be your legacy, because you paved the way with the help of Ed O'Bannon, former UCLA great, to allow players to get paid. You help usher in name, image, and likeness. And not without a long fight. And you should be commended that you went to bat for him and that Ed trusted you, that you would represent him correctly. So that is there's a lot of time devoted in the book, and rightfully so, because that is a landmark decision on your part. And because of that, I've known you a long, long time. You should be in the Basketball Hall of Fame as a contributor. You should be.
Dan should never did anything. What am I going to tell you? I can't control.
Okay, I would love to. I'd like to go to work on it. I'd like to be able to just I'd like to remind people of contributions to the game, global impact. Coaches got paid. Players are now getting paid. High school kids, high school coaches, like all of that. This is when Michael Jordan should step up, and I'm being serious, and write a letter to the Basketball Hall of Fame saying that you should be in there.
I appreciate what you're saying and what other people have said. It's hard for the person you're talking about in a situation.
You're humble. You don't have to say anything. Right. But I'll leave it at that. I hope that there's some representation who can help you get in. Good to talk to you. Congrats on the book. Thank you, Sonny.
Well, thank you very much, and God bless you and the family. And I hope we have dinner at a good Italian dinner in New York.
Sonny Vaccaro, Legends and Souls, the memoir of an American original. It's just released and available online wherever books are sold.